This silicone hand is a silicone practice hand for acrylic nails. I got it off of Amazon. It's called the Maitys or Maitys, M-A-I-T-Y-S. I got it off of Amazon for $29.99. And I'm going to show you how to prep the hand, or not prep the hand itself, because as you see, I already have the tips inside the silicone hand, so I just use any kind of tips and I put them inside the fingers where they'll fit. And I like this silicone hand because the cuticle part of the silicone hand does not move. It has it's a little sturdy. It's sturdier than another silicone hand that I purchased off of eBay. So yes, and so I went ahead and scratched up the surface of the tip in order to be able to adhere the glue and be able to place these tips on the silicone hand. So these tips are Zule's clear nail tips, and they are the C-curve coffin tip. So it has a nice C-curve. If you can see here, it has a nice C-curve to it. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these tips on. And I'm using the KDS nail glue to glue the tips on. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this glue to the tip of the nail, and then I'm going to press up and press down, making sure that, and I should have prepped this tip a little bit better, I'm sorry. I prepped the tip, etched the inside, but I didn't clip off those end pieces. So you want the tip to fit sidewall to sidewall, and this tip is a little bit bigger than I wanted it to be, but I'm just going to clip the sidewalls of this tip so it'll fit the practice hand better. So I'm having a little trouble getting the tip on, so I'm going to etch the finger nail bed that I created in my silicone practice hand. I'm just going to etch that a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and clip the side of a little bit of the tip, because the tip is a little bit too big. So I'm going to go ahead and clip some of the tip off, and I'm going to go sidewall to sidewall to see if I need to clip a little bit more, and I do. So I'm going to clip a little bit more, and I'm just following the groove of the tip. Like I need to get some more fingernail clippers. Okay. Alright, that fits perfectly. So I'm just going to put a little glue into the well of the tip, and I'm going to lightly press down and secure for about 60 seconds so it will adhere to the nail. Okay, and once I let it go, I'm just going to thumb the nail a little bit just to make sure that tip does not move. So the reason why I press down for 60 seconds, because if you press down and put your tip on and take your hand off, sometimes the tips just don't uphold to the nail, and they'll just come off when you start shaping or you start trying to blend the tip with the to the fingernail. Okay, so I'm going to take the next tip and I'm just going to do the same. I'm just going to keep doing the same thing with all the rest of them until I get all the tips on the practice hand. A little crooked, so I was able to remove it from the finger and replace it back onto the finger. But sometimes you're looking at here and it done got stuck, or it's done already stuck to the nail, and so you have to clip it down, file it off, and start all over again. Which, if I would have to do that, it wouldn't have been bad to do. Okay, so this is how you adhere the tips to the practice hand. Now once I do that, I'm going to just go along, and I see that these nails were a little bit too wide for the practice finger. So I'm going to trim off some of the edge of the fingernail. That way it will line up with the natural nail better if it's a client or with the practice finger. This is my little client for today. Okay, so these little pieces that I'm clipping from the side, I'm just going to move them to the side here so I can throw them away. That way they won't be in the way when I do application. So what I like about this practice hand is how sturdy the cuticles are. In my other practice hand, these nails would have flew out of here already and they'll be sitting down on this table. So yeah, I like this hand. I think I want to buy another one. Okay, so now I'm going to shape the nails out. I want them a coffin shape. And they already are pretty good, they already coffin shape. I'm going to cut the tip down to the desired length that I want to do today. So I'm going to take this tip cutter here and I'm just going to cut it down to the desired length that I want. Now, we'll go ahead and shape, blend the nail. And that is what I want to show you guys today. How to apply the tip, how to shape, and how to blend. So, tip application, shape, and blend. So it's already pre-shaped already for me. So I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. So I'm going from side to side. Side to side. And then I'm just going to take the nail once I got it side to side and cleaned up, the shape cleaned up on the sides. Just going to take the file here and where you see where the tip is connected to the fingernail, you just want to blend that into the nail to blend the line of demarcation. So you don't want to feel that or see that when you're doing your application. Depends on if it's acrylic or gel or poly gel. You want it to have a smooth blend. Okay. So I'm just going to run my finger across the nail just to see where it's looking like, and if I got that line of demarcation there gone. You want to be careful not to overfile on your client's nail. So you want to make sure that when you're doing this that you're not overfiling. So that's why I keep touching. Now I'm going to bring the camera down so you can see what I was talking about here. Let's take the hand off. So you see where it kind of blends together. So you want that fingernail and that tip to blend together so it'll look as natural as possible. Right? Okay. Now I'm just going to do the other 3 fingers the same way. You always want to do your shape before you blend. I kind of jumped the gun because the tips are already pre-shaped, but I still need to clean up the edges a little bit, and we're just going for that coffin tapered square look, or however you want to call it. You just want to just clean up the shape a little bit. finger, we'll take our client's hand and we'll turn it towards us, facing us. That way we can see what the client sees. So you hold the tip and you clean up the free edge. So get it as straight as you possibly can get it. And some people do it as the tip is facing downward. So whatever your preference and whatever you choose will work, as long as it's straight. This one. Okay. All right. Just dust off the cuticle, dust the finger off the cuticle from any dust that might have been created from the filing and shaping. And that's how you apply the tips. You blend the tip and shape the nail. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.